Fans here with loyal Cubs fans. What a game! Cubs win 5-4, same score as yesterday. Take the win. It's nice to come out ahead on these one-run games. Is the positive. Uh, it looked like we were going to blow them out the way we started. That was another very positive start. The bats came out pretty hot early. First two innings, they get 5 runs. Today he had a home run by Schwarber, his 20th. Rizzo, his 17th. Rizzo had a double later. Sobers had a double. Hayward had 3 hits. He was interviewed after the game. Pretty good for the offense. The bad thing is they were pretty quiet after the second inning. The only time they generated a lot of traffic was the 7th inning since then. And they started off with 2 hits, and then Bote comes in, gets hit. Just loaded with no outs, and it was disappointing. Elmore came in to pinch hit, had a pop out. Hasn't been hitting the ball good lately. Maybe that's why he could be seeing the bench a little bit more, but it's not like you're getting a whole lot out of Hap yet. He did get a hit today. He had a sacrifice yesterday, but his power hasn't really been there. So Elmore gets out number 1 with no outs, bases loaded. Wilson Contreras strikes out. Caratini comes in a pinch hit. He made contact that would have scored a run if there's 1 out or 2 outs, but grounds out was the 3rd out. So I was getting kind of nervous there, but kind of going back with Hendricks, he started off really great. 3 hitless innings. He did hit a batter in the 3rd. He hit a batter later in the game too. So he's going into the 4th. He hasn't got a whole lot of run support this year, but I mean, it was looking pretty good with a 5-0 lead early. It's looking like maybe they can even let Chatwood pitch 2 or 3 innings and savor other relievers. But it ended up turning into a competitive game. In the 4th, Hendricks, he gave up a homer and a lot of hard hit contact, and it was getting pretty scary there. 1 run scored. It was 5-4, so no quality start for Hendricks after looking promising. And in the 6th inning, it's a 5-4 game, and Cisick had to come in to the rescue. He gets a key 3rd out, 2 outs, a guy on 3rd, tying run potentially. Gets that key out. Cisick comes in the 7th inning, strikes out all 3 batters, so that was very encouraging to see. Madden has a philosophy of needing a mid-game closer. You would think Cisick would be our 9th inning closer too. He's got the 2nd lowest ERA, next to tomorrow, and he's out on DL, so things are kind of a little bit scary in the games. But Cisick kept us with the lead, and then 8th inning, Kinsler comes in, and it only took him 10 pitches to get 3 outs. He done so well, I was hoping maybe they'd keep him in the 9th inning, because Lynn Casper was announcing that Strope's probably unavailable, Edwards is unavailable, and Strope was kind of rough yesterday, gave up 2 runs in the 9th, and we just held on to win by 1 run, so he almost blew the save. But Madden ended up pitching Strope in the 9th with the 1-run lead, and he was able to retire all 3 batters, got 1 strikeout, so that was very encouraging. Just thankful we held on to the win. 5-4, now Cubs are a game and a half ahead of first. I was disappointed last night where the closer Wade Davis, maybe we're thankful we don't have him this year. I figured he'd have regression, but he blew 6 saves. They had a 3-2 lead, gives up a 3-run homer, walk-off against Milwaukee. That double hurt. And his ERA is like 5.09 in Colorado. That's bad for any reliever, but kind of scary times if that's your closer. And Colorado's very much in the race. Like a week ago, they were in first place. Now they're, I think, a couple games back out of first, but they're fighting for a wild card at least, and still in it for the division. It's a close race with the Dodgers and Diamondbacks and Rockies. Cubs got their own competition in the division. I mean, it's still looking like it's going to be between the Cubs and the Brewers. Hopefully Brewers lose today. Cubs will pull up 2 games. You know, we should be taking advantage of getting a bigger lead against weaker competition. You know, San Diego, they hit the worst, last place in the division. We lost that first game, was disappointing. Hopefully we win tomorrow. Got Lester. Like to see him be like more of an ace. Hasn't been good the last month. Only I think one quality start or maybe two. So we could use a good performance out of him. And then we go on to play at Kansas City. They're struggling. So Cubs have an opportunity, especially Milwaukee's playing tougher competition. I think overall August too, we play some good teams, but we have a big opportunity to really take advantage to get a bigger lead. But some of it's going to come down to beating Milwaukee head to head. Pirates aren't quite going away. They're 7 games back as we speak. Cardinals are like 7.5. They're both kind of hanging in there, but a little bit closer for the wild card spot. Cubs just need to keep taking care of business, kind of see how things play out. And we have some other resources, guys on the DL that, if not August, September, too, and then expand the rosters. But still got a while away. Right now, Cubs have 4 more games until their next day off, and those days off are nice to have, because it's been one of those years where starting pitching hasn't been going deep enough that you do have to depend on your bullpen. And it was nice that the bullpen today pitched 3 1/3 innings, no walks, no hits allowed. That's the bullpen I like to see. The last couple games are pretty rough, and even before then, we're still great overall. But you know, in the playoffs, in making it, you have to be really great at the end of the year. So, great win today. At least a great start in holding on to the win with the great bullpen. And we'll see if Lester can get it done Sunday to win that series 3-1. Always tough to win all 4 games, but a split would be disappointing if we lose tomorrow against the team last place in the division, San Diego. So, but I think we're somewhere around a 500 team, maybe 1 game above. I'll talk again tomorrow.